this is not a Darmoshark M3. It's a Zifriend M6 Gaming Mouse. And yes, you might think of it as a Darmoshark M3 clone, but let's dig deeper to see if there are any differences between the two. If you compare the design, they're exactly the same. The clickers, the side buttons are exactly the same as a Darmoshark M3. The logo and the mouse wheel rubber are the only differences that I see. Now, if we compare the dimensions, the Darmoshark M3 and Zifriend M6 are exactly the same as well. For hands like mine, the mouse feels really comfortable using claw and palm grips. Its hump contours the natural hand shape, reducing palm pressure. However, after extended use, I do feel some discomfort. I think it's the wider profile compared to my previous, smaller mouse. And as you might have noticed, I already removed the stock skates of this gaming mouse. It's not good even if it's advertised as a 100% PTFE mouse skate. I used the free dot skates from the Fantic Helios 2 Pro for this review because they offer better gliding experience than the M6 stock skates. However, there's also a free set of mouse skates included in the packaging. I did not use them because they are identical to the stock skates. The shape and size might not be perfect for me, but the weight is definitely a plus. The M6 weighs 58 grams. The weight is not too light and not too heavy, which is good in my opinion. I think 50 to 60 grams is the ideal weight of a gaming mouse. So props to Zifriend for making this mouse below 60 grams. And just like the Darmoshark M3, the Zifriend M6 has Pixar 3395. It's no surprise to be honest because Pixar 3395 these days is the ideal sensor for a gaming mouse. Who would buy a 3325 or 3370 gaming mouse at this time, right? The Zifriend M6 has a decent implementation. So far in my 2 months of testing it, I haven't encountered any sensor related issues. However, I wish it had a better explanation of the DPI settings and the RPT button. The instruction manual doesn't indicate the stock DPI settings and the corresponding refresh rates when pressing the RPT button. I know we can set these in the downloadable software, but I decided not to download it. My reason is that it doesn't come from the official website of Zifriend. The seller told me that they will send the software via email. So for me, it's a red flag. Softwares and drivers should be accessible from their website, not from their retail seller. Aside from the sensor, another good quality of this gaming mouse is its build quality. It's pretty solid and there's no flexing or creaking sounds. There's no rattling sound too when you shake it. Connection-wise, the Zifriend M6 has a tri-mode connection. The toggle switch for each connection is found underneath the gaming mouse. This is also the same for the USB dongle compartment. So far, in more than 2 months of using this gaming mouse, I haven't encountered any issues when using all connection modes. Also, you can use your own cable because the USB-C port is not too enclosed. By the way, this gaming mouse has a maximum of 1000 Hz refresh rate. In short, it's not a 4K gaming mouse. As for the battery capacity, the Zifriend M6 has 500 mAh battery capacity. It's quite big for a wireless gaming mouse. If we check other lightweight wireless gaming mice, they mostly have 300 mAh only. To me, having a bigger battery capacity yet maintaining the weight to be 60 grams or below, it's a great thing. And if we compare it to Darmoshark M3, they both have the same battery capacity. As for the charging time, it took me around 2 hours to fully charge it. When charging, the scroll wheel will emit a steady red light, and when it's fully charged, the red light will disappear. As for the wireless time, the Zifriend M6 lasted more or less 90 hours. In this test, I used Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz wireless connection. Aside from a bigger battery capacity, I think one of the reasons why it has long wireless time is because it doesn't have RGB lighting. As I mentioned before, I'm okay with the gaming mouse without RGB lighting, but I think Zifriend also copied this from Darmoshark M3. As I check online, Darmoshark M3 also has no RGB lighting. However, I'm not 100% sure if the coating is all the same. If we look at the coating of M6, it seems like Zifriend used a cheaper material. As you can see here, it already acquired smudges and markings after using it for 2 months straight. It's also slippery when you have dry hand. Frankly, I don't like the coating of M6. I guess Zifriend did not focus on this component since their goal is to produce an affordable Pixar 3395 gaming mouse. In my opinion, it should be considered too because it's one of the first things the user will experience in a gaming mouse. If we check the mechanical switches, the Darmoshark M3 and Zifriend M6 both have KLGM 8.0. In my experience using the Zifriend M6, the implementation is good. I haven't experienced double clicking so far. They're spammable too, which is great. But as like most budget gaming mice, there's pre-travel too on both main clickers. They wobble sideways too, which is common on a budget gaming mouse. However, I'm not 100% sure if these findings also exist in Darmoshark M3. As for the side buttons, the implementation is good too. And just like the main clickers, both are spammable. The cool thing about the side buttons is that they do not wobble, unlike other budget gaming mice. Overall, I like how the switches and buttons are installed. Yes, I experienced trivial issues, but I think it can be ignored. In 2 months of using this gaming mouse, I haven't experienced any double clicking issues or any major issues concerning the mechanical switches. And to touch the scroll wheel, Zifriend used a TTC encoder. The tactility is fine and I like the rubber used. It doesn't attract too much dust, which requires minimal cleaning. Now if you check what's inside the box, you'll see a user manual, a free set of mouse feet that I mentioned earlier, a USB-C cable and an extender, and lastly the gaming mouse itself. To be honest, it has a good unboxing experience. Zifriend packaged it well. Although it's a budget gaming mouse, but it feels premium when unboxing it. As for the price, the Zifriend M6 is currently priced at 1,900 pesos or around $34 as of the making of this video. It's cheaper than Darmoshark M3, which is priced at above 2,100 pesos. For gamers on a budget, the Zifriend M6 offer impressive specs and performance at an enticing price. Like I said, it's just under 2,000 pesos or below $36, which is really enticing to buy because it has the latest specs like Pixar 3395. Aside from that, it's lightweight too, and I think it can compete with other budget gaming mice in the weight division. The selection of KGM 8.0 is good too, and as I mentioned earlier, I haven't experienced any major issues in my 2 months of using it. Despite its strengths, the Zifriend M6 isn't a flawless gaming mouse. There are some components that I think need to improve. Number 1 is the coating. As you've seen earlier, the mouse acquired a lot of smudges and markings in my 2 months of usage. Frankly, it's annoying because the mouse looks filthy now. But if you really want this gaming mouse, my suggestion is to pick the white variant. The second component that I think needs to improve is the software. It comes from the seller, not Zifriend's official website. To me, it's a red flag since it might not be the official software of this gaming mouse. It's difficult to trust the brand if the software will come from a different source, right? By the way, the comparison I did in this video is shallow since I haven't used the Darmoshark M3 yet. It's based on the specification sheet, so the actual performance of M3 might be different. What I mean is I cannot say which is better between the two gaming mice, the Darmoshark M3 or the Zifriend M6. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Till our next, goodbye.